Rome's legendary founding is a blend of myth and history. According to Roman mythology, the city was established on April 21, 753 BCE, by Romulus and Remus, twin brothers believed to have been raised by a she-wolf. The legend says that Romulus, after a dispute with Remus, became the first king of Rome and gave his name to the city. Archaeological evidence, however, suggests that the area was inhabited by the Latin and Sabine tribes, and it gradually grew into a settlement rather than being the result of a single event. The early Roman kingdom was ruled by a series of kings, with the first being Romulus. The kings were often seen as semi-divine figures who governed the city and its expanding territory. During this period, the Romans made alliances with neighboring tribes, created early forms of government, and built important infrastructure like temples and fortifications. The last of the Roman kings, Tarquin the Proud, was overthrown in 509 BCE, marking the end of the monarchy and the beginning of the Roman Republic. This was partly a reaction to the abuses of power by the monarchy and a desire for a more participatory form of governance. The Republic was characterized by a system of checks and balances, with power vested in elected officials. The two consuls, elected annually, served as the chief magistrates, and the Senate, composed mainly of aristocratic patricians, held significant power. The plebeians, the common people, initially had little influence but gradually won rights and representation, such as the creation of the tribunes of the plebs, who had the power to veto decisions detrimental to the plebs. During the early Republic, Rome engaged in numerous wars of expansion. By the 3rd century BCE, Rome had conquered the entire Italian peninsula and was in constant conflict with neighboring powers such as the Samnites and the Etruscans. Rome's most significant military challenges during the Republic were the Punic Wars against the Phoenician city of Carthage. The First Punic War, 264–241 BCE, was fought over control of Sicily and ended with Rome's victory. The Second Punic War, 218–201 BCE, however, is remembered for the Carthaginian general Hannibal, who crossed the Alps and inflicted a series of humiliating defeats on Rome. Despite Hannibal's successes, Rome ultimately triumphed, and Carthage was forced to relinquish its empire. The Third Punic War, 149–146 BCE, ended with the complete destruction of Carthage, and Rome emerged as the dominant power in the Mediterranean world. The late Republic was marked by internal conflict, political instability, and the erosion of traditional republican values. The growing wealth from empire building created a class of elites who dominated politics, while the masses faced social inequality and military service. In response to these pressures, the Gracchi brothers, Tiberius and Gaius Gracchus, proposed reforms to redistribute land and wealth but were met with violent opposition from the Senate.